Should I try this thing out? Mind? Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Is that yours?
Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scott Mendenhall. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we're excited about our guest. We're going to get to him here in a second, but he has a chance to three-peat in the race for the rail. It's going to be epic, but as always, joined with some great human beings in the studio today. Holly, who is typing already in the chat, so if you're not in the chat, you're missing it. My wife, how you doing, Bebe?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing out there?
Jump in the chat to answer a question, obviously. Hopefully you're not shouting at your computer or your phone saying, Holly, I'm doing great, because you can't hear you.
Cannot hear you.
We also are joined with Lily Arnold.
Hi. How's everyone today?
Answer her, I guess, as well.
I'm doing great, thanks.
Yeah.
So good.
We're all doing wonderful
She's got
here.
her coffee, so she's doing
I
good.
am doing so good.
In Minnesota, it is wonderful. It is a high of 70 degrees and a little cloudy, but man, it's like perfect board short, hoodie weather, and it's wonderful. We're excited about our guest. We're going to get straight to him because he's busy working on location at a one-wheel sandcastle.
He's a fun one.
He is hilarious. He has skills of all kinds of skills. He's a great skateboarder, a great surfer, a great one-wheeler. He is the godfather or co-godfather, if you give it to Dave Stewart, of the Free Foot Gang. We're going to check in him with the FST foot system from One Wheel. We've caught him riding it. We're going to ask him. We're going to see if he thinks he can three-peat at the race for the rail. He is currently got his feet in the sand. He's got the coolest hair in the One Wheel community, hands down. Men, women, he's got it. The locks just flowing. This is Tyler James, everybody.
Yeah, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
How you doing, Tyler?
Well,
I am out here. This is the office for the day, so I mean,
not too shabby.
It's a pretty good office.
Yeah.
shoes are off, sun's out. Can't complain. We're at actually the WSL US Open of Surf, so it's pretty next level. We brought this. This is pretty much 3 days in the sand. We built an awesome track for people to come out and try, and yeah, I've been having a great time out here. It's day 5. We're getting through it, but it's been a really fun time. This is where I first rode, so kind of sharing this with surfers and just people being able to ride on the sand. You can't get hurt on the sand. It's a lot harder to ride on the sand, but I would say when you ride on the sand, everything becomes way easier.
Yeah.
You learn it a lot quicker. So
it
makes a lot of sense.
It's been a lot of fun to follow the One Wheel Instagram story as of last Thursday.
So cool.
To see how you guys had an idea, a dream to build a sandcastle and a track, and then all the obstacles obstacles like you didn't know there was like fiber optic wires underneath the sand that somebody else had buried that you're like, can't dig here. And then how do we make a sandcastle? How do we make sand rideable? Because if it's not compact, it's hard to ride. Your team did a great job. Thank you for all of the material to consume stress-free. We didn't feel the stress that you guys obviously were feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of doubt for sure. It was definitely not everyone knew how the vision would go, but it came together. We had faith and it prevailed, and it's been lasting. The sandcastles haven't fallen, so they're still up, and it's honestly like it's really cool to share, and it's really cool to see what people are like. Whoa! It's definitely like giving a new insight on one wheels for sure, because they go in all terrain, and that's that's why we ride these things. Even the soft sand too, like they go great in the soft sand too. You just gotta take your air pressure down. So that's a little key trick that I found. Ride on like 3 or 4 psi to be cruising.
And it is fun. We've done races ourselves here in Minnesota. All these lakes, it's the land of 10,000 lakes, and we'll ride on our sand all the time. And it is totally a different vibe, and it's a lot of fun. Shoeless, and you're just sending it. Sending it is a loose term. You're just riding it. It's pretty fun.
I've never ridden in sand.
Well,
go figure.
You should do that.
maybe someday.
Well, none of us have given birth to 8 children either, so look, you can't do it all.
I win.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about like that sandcastle for a second. Like, did your team build the sandcastle, or did you hire somebody to do that? Because that's next level stuff.
Yeah, the sandcastle building was not us. It was actually Archie. So they are professional sandcastle builders. They have done world pretty much like tours, and they're like six. They won titles as the best sandcastles ever,
Wow.
creators ever. So they're no joke. They come in with a whole team. They have chisels. They have all these tools, and they just shape and sculpt whatever you want. Like literally, they can create anything you want. Like they could have made a whole one wheel. Literally,
That's
we could have just had a
amazing.
giant shaped out of so we did contract that. We helped them a lot, so we actually got to see the whole process, which was really cool. That, like, for me, it was just like as you're a kid, you try to make sandcastles. All these kids, man, that's the most ultimate sandcastle ever. And
Yeah,
they're
it
of
looks
course
like
asking
it.
us to make that. I'm like, no. We have to give it to Archie Sand. So yeah, it's really cool because they actually also made the sign for the U.S. Open of Surf. So there's a huge front entrance sign over in the front over here that they pretty much got 2 jobs out of this gig. So we got to help
Nice.
out them, and people are stoked. A bunch of people have been taking photos. I feel like we've been on Channel 5 News. Bodie was on the news. I was on the news. So it's been good. It's been good for us, and we're just awesome to get new people on the wheel, and especially I feel like this crowd of people too. It's a lot easier to teach people when people are coming to the beach and they have that mentality of, like, hey, like this is people are getting on these things, do board sports,
Yeah.
or they do some kind of and they pick it up really quickly. So it's just like when you place it in there and put it in the certain spots, it's just like it really shines and it makes a lot of sense. So it's like, to me, it's like one of the first boards that is like can get you into any other board sport you want to do because it has factors of each board sport in it. So it's it's pretty unique, and that's why I wanted to work for One Wheel. That was the whole thing with me. It's such a cool unique board that is like nothing, like none other, because
Right.
other boards do just certain things. Like you can't, and that's the thing too. There's a lot of respect for all board sports, and I feel like that's the thing with as the board sports grow and one wheel racing grows and one wheeling grows, it's just going to be more accepted and more adopted through that and gain more respect. So that's kind of what we're doing here. That's why I'm stoked we were able to just to show it in this kind of light, because it really is so epic, and you can see that you can't take off any smiles of faces.
Yeah, to follow the story, Tyler, on Instagram, we got to see Bodie with Channel 5 News, I think you said it was, and to hear the response of the anchor, like, whoa, if I can do it. It was cool. You get the total sensation of the excitement of people riding it. It's always fun to see people's first ride on a one wheel. Let's move past the sandcastle, though I wish you're making me have FOMO. I don't know if the rest of the team here is feeling that.
I mean,
but
the sunshine just looks amazing.
yeah, and the beach vibe, the hair, the everything. I just, come on. Make to make us
right there on the.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The other day I saw Joey posted a picture. He was watching, oh no, what band from the 90s was playing, and he's sitting on the half pipe. Shoot.
Sublime.
Sublime, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were there?
Yeah, they were playing, and I don't know if all of you, but he was sitting up on the coping of the half pipe. And
we got let up and for a little bit and got to go see Sublime at the Hurley stage over there. So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
We got to go. We had pretty much had the best VIP.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, good time.
The vibes are right. Okay, let's talk about something that a lot of people probably want to know, Tyler. As it's been no secret that you've been a guy that has championed no hooks, no foot hooks, nothing at all. But then video is leaked of you and your board at one of the latest races where you podiumed, you finished second. We got the video footage here. We just need to check in. Have you had a change of heart? Was it, no, everybody's doing it, so I'm going to do it here. Let's hit the video as we're talking, just so he sees the proof as well that we're not making it. Here it is. This was on One Wheel's Instagram. Here, that's your board, right? Tyler?
Yeah, that's my board.
With
Feel
the
free.
FST system
Uh-oh.
on the board, you're flipping it over so everyone sees it. Have you had a change of heart, Tyler, or was that, hey, everyone's doing it, so I'm gonna do it? Where do you sit now?
Yeah, it's kind of like we kind of got I didn't really actually get to test those very much at all. So it was kind of for me just, hey, they're out now, and so I was like, okay, let me try them out. So for me it was more of like I wanted to throw them on, and they're fun. I had no doubt that they are fun to ride. It just makes riding a lot. It makes it you're gonna be on the board more.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not gonna come off as much. So it definitely gives you more stability, more confidence in riding. So I was excited to use them and show how I could show out with them. So every race, not having them, it's been like, yeah, we're racing with no hooks. It's a completely different category. I'm still getting top or seventh, eighth place. I'm not getting bottom 10, which is sweet. So, but then when I throw them on, I'm getting second place without even using them for one day. So that was the first day that I actually got to ride them. I did one lap on the course with them, and just took them down the street, and was like, wow. The double, I actually was in the race with one back one because I didn't really trust the front going through the whole courses because it was just gnarly terrain at Wheel Scorcher. So I was like, I'll have the back one for sure, but I don't know if I want to commit to the full-fledged FST system. So but then when it came down to making the final or making into the head-to-head, I was like, okay, head-to-head, everyone has them. I think I'm just gonna keep double up. I'm not gonna just keep it back. Why not just throw them both on? So
Yeah.
that was like the first time throwing double on, and yeah, I just rode down the road right there and was like, yeah, I should probably show people that like, hey, like I'm going full bore with this, and I'm gonna use them for one race and see how they work. And yeah, it was epic being in the final with Jeff and Luke, Austin, and with their setups and having the new FST system. It just definitely showed out. I saw some crazy stuff that Austin was hitting, and Luke Austin. They were just absolutely. Those guys are incredible with them. So I'm just
Yes.
excited to see what, the next level of where those actually go, because it's the possibilities with that is definitely like when I see it, it's like you're doing 360s, you're doing grabs, you're hitting big booters, maybe like a jump line or different competitions, because that's where you could put like you could be jumping over cars, and we're gonna get car sponsorships hopefully and stuff to eventually be making it more gnarlier, because that's where that is going.
It's going to make it more. I agree with you. It's going to make it more gnarly. I also think it's going to, if we're going to keep moving the sports to jumps, the sport's going to look better because the board isn't falling off our feet, right? You're going to see more and more people landing things. Like from that weekend, you saw Austin Silva just sending it over those huge rollers and just land. It's like, it looks good as a fan.
Yeah.
As a fan, you're watching on. Yeah, it looks wild. It looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, as a spectator, you want to see it.
Yeah, when you're at a surfing event, you want to see people doing 360s. You don't want to just see someone just riding straight. It's just you want to see some acrobats and see some jumps and see some intense stuff where it is. And that's where I think that is definitely going to be going. It's like that. It can get to that next level of that. For me personally, I don't think that that's where I want to go, because I don't really like even wearing pads in general. But racing it against people that I definitely have to be padded up, because I'm putting myself at risk, and because they have a huge advantage over when they are racing against anyone without hooks. They should be smoking us by 3 minutes. And that's kind of just how it's because it really is just a completely different thing. So that's where, hopefully next year going into it, I think, who knows where, and that will actually be, if it's going to be racing the same courses or if it's going to be big jump lines with the hooks, because when it comes down to like the trails we're hitting, we're riding trails, and we're not like what you said actually made a lot of sense. Like the Austin line, like that trail at Wheel Scorcher is called like I forget the name of it, but it's like the gnarliest. It's like the gnarliest trail there, and it's like a jump line. So like that's not all the that we're. If that's the trails that people are going to be hitting, like I know a lot of people got one wheel out there, and they're not going to be going down watching
Right.
those jumps like Austin or Luke Austin, because it's that you're gonna have to work your way up to that. So it's just like that level of riding, or I don't know how many people are going to be getting into doing that and sending that hard. Whereas like literally riding on your board and trying to stay on a board, not hooked on, is like way is almost just as hard as
Yep.
doing that, because uh, staying on your board, when you start rolling down the hill, people are just it definitely looks, and that's the thing where it comes down to looks and stuff. I think you would get more traction if people are doing big jumps and stuff rather than just racing down the hill. So I think that's where it comes down to just making courses and seeing actually where it's going to go, because it's in my mind
Right.
it could go a bunch of different ways, you know.
Yeah, I think you're also saying it right, Tyler. I think if we're going hooks, let's make the courses advantageous to that, not just you can ride hooks or no hooks in the same course. It's like no. Let's have different terrain.
Yeah.
It's a bit like you guys posting up next to that half pipe from X Games. That's a style of skateboarding versus if you went to street style. Totally different vibe, setup. The boards are all different. Trucks are harder, tweaked differently on all those stages. But as a sport, you watch it going, holy crap, to ride that vert is crazy. That's not, you don't just do that. So you can see if the sport goes and we create these jump lines, I think you start seeing, okay, those are the pros that do that. And one day maybe I graduate to that. But right now I'm going to stay over here in my lane. But as a spectator, you start going, that's crazy, impressive. And you just want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And you see big falls, you see people eat it, and that's entertaining. I mean, that's one thing that Onewheel is like, we're in pads. Like, literally, we're supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're padded up enough to be protected and get up from falls, because that's like one thing. I try to never fall. That's like one of the things is you want to don't fall on your one wheel. So like the more
I agree.
you take on, the more you ride, the more years you add, you just don't fall as much, I would say, unless you are pushing yourself to your limits. And that's where racing and doing those things, you definitely are taking a risk. So if you're doing that, you definitely want to be padded up and make sure you're taking precautions. And I feel like when you're on hooked up, you should be fully gilled in really a lot of pads. When you're not really hooked on, you're not going that hard to fall at that level. So it's like you can't go that hard. For you, like I'll hit haptic buzz, but those guys are in haptic buzz for like multiple
days.
Seconds. So it's like I'm hitting 30 miles an hour for 2 seconds and looking at everything fly by me. Like I got to get out of here. Where they're like staying in that and flying. Yeah, like that's kind of the level of where I'm like, it's just a totally different mindset, you know.
It is.
You have a lot more in those things, so you got to be prepared for that. So that's hopefully this year, like Race for the Rail, I think pad wise too, like a lot of these guys that wear all these that race with hooks are all on big pads. Like if you look at
Luke Austin. Yeah, Luke Austin has all that gear.
Yeah. Luke Austin has double set pads. Everyone's got big shoulder pads. I don't wear fairly nothing. It's like you don't. Same with Dave Stewart. I mean, I know Austin. He doesn't wear super plastic big bulky pads either. He's just using the Liats. So it's like when you're putting that other gear on, the Fox pads, and you have like, I know Noah Build's got his pads, those things are, you're ready for a serious spine hit or a chest hit and ready to hit trees. I'm not riding to hit trees or be prepared for that. I'm gonna dip out before that. Even I'm gonna have control over that. So that's kind of how I ride, and that's kind of how I've always ridden, even in Race for the Rail. Is like a lot of people just get too excited, and they eat it. It's just what happens. like when you stay on your board and you have clean runs and you stick to what you know, it's you're gonna win the race. So it's like that for me is like going into this race. I'm feeling pretty good because it's everyone has been on these hooks and everyone's single person's riding every single day right now to train for Race to Rail. Where it's like it's not about riding a one wheel every single day. It really that's not gonna get you to win Race to the Rail because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself when you're riding every day, because when you're riding in a heat with someone, it's going to be completely different. And yeah, that's where I think and pressure's on and everything. So I think it's like this year being one of the guys that has gotten into Race for Rail without hooks, Dave Stewart being another, and Austin Silva. It's pretty much like those are the three guys that are the most lethal to be looked out for because they have been riding this all year. And they're ready. So that's like these guys are training, day in, day out. And I can tell you right now, me, Austin Silva, and Dave Stewart aren't training as hard as these guys right now. And I think yeah, you can definitely know that's a fact. So
Yeah, but here's the truth of that. Like, as a runner, when I train for Ironman and those things, there is a point as I train, and then all of a sudden I go backwards in the training and run less, so I'm fully recovered and ready to rock and roll. On the air side of things, I don't want to miss this. As you keep talking about big air, you're aware because you love surfing. I love following surfing. It's in the Olympics. This was like last week. This picture became, it trended everywhere. I don't know if you saw the picture of the guy that got big air and he's just standing straight and the board's hanging right next to him. Have you seen that, Tyler?
oh yes, I have Gabriel Medina's when he launched out the back.
Yeah. So like, think about it. You were talking about people love big air. I'm trying to send it to the computer back there. Is it not coming, Lil? Oh, so you can't see it? Okay, I have it on. I can't. Let's see if we can get it on the tight deal. So everyone at home, if you haven't seen this picture, this is so bad. But here's the picture. That's the dude just in the air.
Yeah, he's so high up.
Okay. That trended more than his skills, if we can go back to more than his skills of surfing. Yeah. Because people are in awe of big air. To your point, Tyler, people like, holy cow, that's a lot of air. No, people were just posting that picture. They're not surfers. They had no idea what his run was like. But he was celebrating. That was celebration of his run of like, dang. It was so good.
Because he's just sitting up in the clouds.
I wish I could see the ocean, like to see how high he is.
Well, that's how high he is. You can't see the ocean.
Yeah.
That was a cool. He is that guy. He even won the whole event, so that was before he even won. So that he was on fire, and I know Gabriel Medina's a follower of Christ, and when you got the Lord on your side, you're in favor. So.
I think the quote is, "You can do all things." With God on your side, all things are possible, right? I think that's the way it said. You can do all things through Christ. So let's talk about, you're kind of giving us a little bit of sneak peek of your
I was going to say, I thought
training
that was
plan.
A lot of big
you're not holding your cards. You're kind of telling, hey, I'm not practicing and training. You're actually showing everybody, I'm actually teaching other people how to ride one wheels.
Yeah. Teaching other people how to ride. This is at the beach. The most training I've done pretty much has been bombing down the sand as fast as I can at full haptic buzz. Getting comfortable at that speed is like where, like I've trained every year for it, and that I think not that intensively because I know how to ride well. It's just more so getting comfortable at those crazy speeds because when you're going with else, you're pushing them to pack it. They're going to be on your tail the entire race, so it's like you're hunting for that and pushing high speeds and getting comfortable at that. Being able to take on a lot of intense chunk going through that is that's kind of where for me it's definitely like that's it's hard to train specifically because might get hurt, So I think just getting comfortable at that speed for me, that's just like one of my top key priorities I've been telling people is just like high speeds, like even on street and stuff. Like I'm just, as soon as I step on the board, like I always tell people, like as soon as I step on the board, I'm going like 25 miles an hour. Like it doesn't even question. Like it's like as soon as I get on it, because that's like how I have to act um, when I start riding in race for rail. So
that's crazy. I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
That obviously that's why I'm not a contender in anything, because I don't hop on the board and try to go as fast as I can all the time. I learned that a lot last year when I rode with you and a bunch of the other pros at the Rider Summit. I was like, holy crap, I'm slow. I'm going to have to GPS my way home because you guys were just gone, which made me a better rider to ride with you guys. Okay, so let me ask this question. It's kind of in the title. Can Onewheel Pro Tyler three-peat at Race for the Rail 2024? Can you do it? Is it possible for you? Do you feel like, hey, I feel like if everything goes right, like, I mean, I know there's a lot inside the next week that has to go right. You got to stay healthy and all those things. But if you feel good enough that you could three-peat?
Yeah, honestly, I feel pretty good this year about three-peating. It's like I said before, like going in this year, I've been training on off with the hooks, so it's like I'm just comfortable with riding this board at the stock that it is. So it's just like I know what I'm going to get out of the box. I know how I'm going to go into it. So it's just like I think it's definitely like last year I was a little bit more. I think I was a little bit more worried last year. This year it's more so, and then not to be cocky or anything. It's just like this year I know how people got in. So
Yeah.
it to like, and that just goes to like I'm really stoked that, and I really hope that's like my go-to is like who I'm rooting for is like Dave Stewart and Austin. And of course, I will definitely shout out. I want the Groms to win. Love the Groms, and I think they're going to show out really hard because they've been training without hooks, and they're forces to be reckoned with for sure. So I'm stoked for Hayden Bowling and Jafari. I think and Addo too. Like those guys are going to be hungry, and I know they got some weight on them now. Jafari and Addo too. So I think it's gonna be wicked to see these Groms, these up and comers. Because I mean, 14-year-olds like they're not flying. You know, they're not scared of it.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of common sense that has happened yet.
I mean, to your point though, the Olympics for skateboarding for the women, I believe it is, they were 14, 15, and 15 or something like that. They were real young at a pro level in the world platform, and they went out and delivered, and that's grounds for you. And you're just like, dang. I thought that was pretty cool to see in the Olympics in skating the women so young and just mobbing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about. Like the kids, like that's really is where I'm stoked about. I get so that's like why I do it. It's literally to have like Groms do it. Like I love the older people. I love everyone that gets into one wheeling, but one wheel racing, it's got to be kids that are fearless. Like I mean, you go look at Olympics, like there's literally kids winning Olympics, like you're saying. So like, the future is in the youth,
right?
And it's like that. I'm just stoked that I'm part of it and push them and just give them my 2 cents of why what's important with it and why I do it, because it really is about the future generations. And I think it's not I'm not going for a three-peat necessarily for myself. Like I definitely say like I always do it for Jesus. That's like God gives it to me. Like I know him, and that's if it's not my time, then I know it wasn't meant to be. So it's like it's definitely like it comes clear to me for sure. Like in times of season for sure.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool to be part of this whole thing and just literally to be able to teach people on the beach and a bunch of Grom. Because it's like you never know. It's just like making this more accepted through through and that's where I go down to like any people that are riding any type of one wheel. It really doesn't matter. It's just you want to be stoked. Like you're stoked because you're having fun. So it's like we want to keep that going, and that's just that's what I'm about. Is
Yeah.
We all like doing the same thing. We all like one wheeling.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
You just rode up.
Who's shouting in the background on a microphone all of a sudden?
He's gonna stop in a second. 1 second.
Who? But what are they talking about?
He's hyped.
Yeah.
He's trying to.
They're right now, so I think this is the first band that's about to go on.
Oh yeah, we can hear them. We're about to get a copy strike on our YouTube channel for having their music play in the background.
So much is happening on that beach right now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is what you gotta hear. This lady said to me, she's like, "Dang, I didn't realize you pulled up on a tire." And I was like, man, I haven't heard that one. Like I've heard one wheel, but like, man, I was just like, huh, I haven't heard that one.
You just pulled up on.
Cool. I feel like that's what we all do. Like we all just ride these tires. We all ride one tire. It's like, yeah, I think anyone trying to get people into it, it's just like you want to make it simple, you want to make it fun and enjoyable, and that's what I'm about. And
right,
yeah, just you want to have a good time, you want to you want it to work. So that's like, yeah, I'm just stoked to be able to share it. Well, that's like one big thing that you will get is like, oh, this thing works on the sand. And I'm like, this thing rips on the sand, and that's what sold me on a one wheel majorly, because it goes on all terrain. So to share it with people, it's definitely like it's been cool. It's really fun. It's like it's been a dream of mine. Like Jack literally asked me, he goes, "Hey, what would be the coolest thing we could do?" And I was like, it'd be so sick if we could do a rideable sandcastle beach zone at the beach at a contest. And a month later, Jack's like, "Hey, we're gonna be going to the U.S. Open of Surf, and we're gonna make a sandcastle." So it's like, whoa, epic! Like,
that's awesome.
I think it's definitely what we've ever gotten to do. It's the closest I've gotten to do.
Yeah, that's
give you a taste of what the concert looks like, but with the half pipes.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Pretty crazy zone, and we're literally right there, which is like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the vibe is right, man.
Right, like people in Huntington they're lucky they get to enjoy this. It's a pretty sweet event.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It looks cool.
That's sweet. Tyler, I know you're busy and you're working. I do thank you for your time. Thank you for giving us some of your secrets. I know you didn't give us all your secrets. We here on our YouTube channel, we have so many storylines that get us excited about Race for the Rails. One of them is that you and Rachel could three-peat, and I think that's a cool story. It could be cool if the Silvas both podium, a husband and wife duo. It'd be really cool if Dave Stewart and his daughter podium together. I mean, those stories to me are what are exciting this year. There's so many opportunities. You just see something we've never seen in the sport. Plus, a Grom that's never won could come out of nowhere. There's so many good stories this year.
So many.
That I can't wait to see them fold next week.
I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Are you coming to Windman?
I am definitely going to try to make it out to Windman.
Okay.
I really want to. To me, that's like the one race I want. It's like, to me, I've said that this whole year is because they split the divisions. So I'm like, I got to be there because that's a race where they're doing it right. So I shout out Windman. I hope I can make it out this year. Well, we're gonna see.
Okay, it will be awesome.
Well, tell us what we need to do to throw you over the edge because we'll be there. I believe the Silvas will be there.
So I think it's definitely in the cards.
Okay, well, what I'm hearing is we're past we're at least 65% there that you might be coming.
Yeah, 65% there.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go with it.
There's a chance. What you're saying is there's a chance, and we like that, Tyler. Well, we'll let you get back to work playing in the sand and building sandcastles. We all wish we could be there doing that with you.
can't wait to see you guys at Race to the Rail.
Yes.
Excited. Thank you.
We'll see you next week, bro. Thank you,
Bye,
Tyler.
Tyler.
Bye, Tyler. Oh, man. Right there. That's a good human right there. Appreciate his time. In the middle of a work day, he gave up some time playing in the sand to be with us.
Work day on the beach, which
Yeah.
is amazing. Well
Yeah.
done. Future
Yeah.
motion. That's so fun.
Every one of us has FOMO right now, wishing we were there.
It looks beautiful
Yeah.
there. I've never been there.
You've never been hunting beach?
Baby,
What?
we have known each other for more years.
But I've been there.
I know, without me.
She's saying she wasn't there when you went.
Well, but I also rode my bike at that time from San Diego to LA, and you would not have done that.
Have you been there twice?
I've been there a handful of times, yes. Yes. I think 3 times is the answer.
Oh,
That's
I've had 8
4.
babies.
What'd you say?
I've had 8 babies.
Oh, yeah, you win again.
Still, no one can beat that.
No one, trump card right there. See, around here, you don't win anything. I've run 12 Ironman. Psh, I had 8 children. Nope, you win. Well done. Well done. I can't win. Okay, okay. Okay, so that was a lot of fun to hear his thoughts on the FST system, which is the new foot pads, which is, man, we've rode them now. They're no longer in a box. They're not even, I can't even pull them up. They're on my board.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Well,
People want to know.
I can't give all the information out, but they are the most versatile foot hook system known to man. Like, you can make them fit perfectly to your foot. And it doesn't take much time, as Tyler alluded to. I rode up and down the street, and I got it set. And then I think you can continue to fine-tune it till you really like it and go, I want this in, that out. And so the review of that will be dropping in the next week or so. There are some suggestions we have with it, but overall, and it's everything anyone would want in a foot hook system.
I was going to say this earlier when Tyler was talking about him. There is a little bit to just Tyler is just a board sport guy. He just can ride
Yeah.
well. So it was like not surprising that he was like.
I do think when he says he's not riding one wheels, that's because he's surfing and skateboarding. And I think all of those sports tie in and overlap to each other.
It's good cross training.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the realm of, it's like when I'm doing and training for an Ironman, which you swim, bike, and run. Just because I'm not running, I could take a whole week and just ride my bike. It doesn't mean I'm losing my fitness. I'm actually continuing doing something that's keeping my cardio, my heart and lungs in shape, so I'm not losing my running skills in it. And so I think that's what happens on board sports. You go to another board sport like snowboarding in the winter, and you hop right back on your one wheel. It's like you never left it because it crosses platforms. And so
he did say also, like, just with that, all season long, we've been talking about the advantage goes to the foot rider or the foot holders, foot
hooks
riders. And now the advantage might have switched.
Well, it will, because
it's kind of how he was because I'm so used to riding my board without him.
And everybody else, and he alluded to that. I know how everybody else got in there. They're riding the hooks. They're riding some different things. They're not going to be allowed into the actual final race.
So he's had more
hours on the out of the box experience. I did want to ask him will his setup be when he gets to choose his foot pads? What's he going with? Mm-hmm. I would think most of those riders are going to go with the wide, because the wide gives you more leverage to carve the board into the switchbacks, and again, not knowing the course this year, but it gives you that advantage. So, and then tire, what tire are they going to go with? I don't know if this year they can ride other tires, or it has to be the GT Performance tire, which to me is a great tire. That's what we're riding currently. However, we do have a couple reviews coming on some other tires. When I say currently riding, that's on my board. On other boards, like we just did a review on the Thundercat, which is a new tire coming from Float Life. Whew, that's a fun one.
Yeah, you like those.
It is.
Float Life's tires.
I love their Float. Float Life does a great job on their tires and so much other things. But that Thundercat, I still don't think is available. We got going on one of their. That probably will drop tomorrow. That video is done. We have so much in the pipeline of videos. I think we got 10 that are almost done. And so we're going to be able to dump a lot of these reviews coming. We got a review on some new foot pad sensors that are made from somebody else that we're going to do as an option if you wanted to change. So we're excited about those things. Also excited about a new Whisper. If you're a street street person, you like just mobbing the streets, here is a slick tire that's from Flight Thins. It is Whisper 2, and it is for the GT and GTS.
It has stars?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And-
Okay, is that Babe the Blue Ox Blue, or is that Tiffany Blue?
Oh, here
that
we go
looks
again.
like Babe the Blue Ox.
You have options when you go to pre-order it. You can change the Whisper 2 logo to be different colors. The stars, this is what, when I first saw it, I was like, what? I really did think it was a bit of a gimmick because it's like, well, that's just going to rub right off like the white does. But it's in the actual
It like goes all the way
compound.
through.
That's so
Nice.
sick.
Yeah, it's on the tire,
I love that.
which is genius.
I want it.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you?
Yeah, just because it's
it has
cute.
the stars on it. I think she's on to something that I think people are going to get it because now they're creating another tire and they're going to put another thing into the tire. This is the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Where you're going to have
What if you could
images in it.
customize it? What if you could get my face?
Ooh.
That'd be sweet.
So now I'm writing on your face. That seems a bit
well,
wrong.
she's
I w-
helping him mob.
I would just think it seems wrong that your wife's face is on something that you're running through poo. Attention could be bad, right? I just took your face through poo. I rubbed
Okay,
poo
what
in
if,
your face.
what if it's like the Onewheel symbol or like the Vikings?
But it's flight. Yeah, maybe.
You know?
That'd be
I
cool.
don't know. That just seems really expensive, but maybe they're going to do that. But they are taking options. What would you like to see as the next thing?
Hearts.
Hearts?
Yeah.
That's so.
Or like,
No.
yeah, I think that'd be cool. I'd buy it.
No.
You
Yeah,
like
of course
hearts?
you got a heart, but I'm not.
They used to make
Stars
girl
seem.
lines, a line
Stars
for
seem to
girls.
be.
What if it was just like waves, like different colors? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think red, white, and blue would be cool. That's I know patriotic,
Because
but
I'm
I'm
proud to be
yeah. That's where I'm going. I do like the red, white, and blue.
always.
So that'd be sweet to have that running on there. Could be rad. You already got the stars going, so why not? But the Whisper was one of our favorites for street tires. Before we really got into the trail mobbing kind of style, we were riding on streets all the time, and we had the Whisper, and it was wonderful. Now, here is what you got to read. We're going to put it on the screen. This is what they have to know about the Whisper, too. If you're like, I want that, you can already go to their website, flightthins.com, and you can order it. They have slashed the price down to make it a little bit more affordable. But here's what they have to say. If we can put the other picture up, that would be great. Flight Thins number 2 would be wonderful. And Historic is on the computer again, and she's always really slow at this. I'm not sure why, but that's what happens sometimes. And like then the girls in the studio run to the computer because she can't find it apparently. So we're working through that. But it tells you that it's through the tire just a little bit, not fully there. And maybe I didn't put it in
That's
there.
the stars you're saying.
I didn't put it in there there you go. It's my fault, not her fault.
My apologies, Historic.
My apologies.
My apologies.
My absolute apologies.
But the rankings are in there.
We do have the rankings. We're going to get to that. Go read it. It does give you that, hey, it's only a 6.5 or a 6-inch. Now I've met. Really go to flightthins.com.
Oh my gosh.
We need to correct it before we move
So
on.
that we don't tell it wrong. That's
Yes.
good. We like to be accurate.
Most of the time we do, yeah. But I think it's only for 6.5 or is it 6?
What am I looking for?
The tire. Go to
Okay.
tires
Tires.
and then you'll see the star. One wheel. Do I need to help you?
Flightfins.com.
Yeah.
GT. Wait.
Oh, man. Do I need to help?
No, I got it.
You got
So,
the tire.
FF Whisper.
Yeah, 2.
Supernova.
And it has the stars on it, correct? All right. All right.
What am I looking
what's
at?
the description?
What's the
of, like,
description?
how
What
wide?
it's only for what?
XR.
No, that is no. It's the size. Which 6-inch would be XR?
Well, there you go.
Do you see it, Lil?
It will fit. This tire is for 6 hubs. This tire will not fit a 6.5 hub.
6-inch. You
but
said
then-
this is for 6
Yeah,
hubs.
because it doesn't have a
Oh.
quotation. But then it says, but it will fit the new 6-inch hub rally edition. Here are some other exciting features.
There you go. So there it is. It is for XR because it's 6-inch.
Yeah.
So it's 6-inch hub, which is wonderful. Which we have the 6-inch. We could slap it on there and give it a test, a review. So if you want to get it. It's a cool little feature thing.
They had the goat, right?
Yep, they have the GOAT, which they brought to market, one of the first all treaded tire for a one wheel, which then now we have a couple options. You got the Pioneer. You also have the Thundercat, which, man, it's more rounded. It's not boxy like the Pioneer. It's good. It's a good tire.
How come Flightfins is never at like races and stuff?
You'd have to ask them.
Like the Float Life. Well, maybe they can
Well,
tell me.
maybe
I
like.
like
there-
their drip grip.
Is that
That's sick.
for a pre-order only?
Will, you're on that website.
Oh, what?
The
that
tire.
tire?
I believe so. I think it's pre-order only, and then they will hit the market with it. And the photos are renderings.
Looks like I can order it right now.
And you can get it.
And it's shipping?
Really? It's shipping.
It says ship right now? What?
Yes.
Check out.
You can order it, but is it
I don't see anything.
okay?
That says it's not shipping yet.
I'm surprised by that actually.
That's great. Well done, Flight Fins. That's
Okay,
great.
it is a week before Race for the Rail. We will be at Race for the Rail next week. We will be dropping content, hopefully, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of different things. They might be short. Hopefully, we'll do some podcasts out there. The three of us will be out there trying to document what's going on.
We are
because
pumped.
it is not live streamed, so we'll try to bring up to speed what's happening out there. We're going to work around the clock for you to get things posted in that kind of style of things. Yeah, if we're going to be out there, let's get this stuff to the people. But let's put up the
doing it
racers.
for you guys. We're doing
Let's
it
put
for
the
you
racers
guys.
up. Let's start with the women because we haven't spent a great deal of that time
This-
with the women.
I'm just saying, this is, like we've been watching the Olympics, and there's certain events that are like, this is it. This women's race is going to be unbelievable to me.
You think?
I do.
Both of them are going to be amazing.
I mean, I do as well, but I just think there is. I like all of these women in this group, and I like the way they treat each other, and it's gonna be awesome.
Okay. She's saying it's going to be awesome, so we're not going to argue with that. Let's put those on the screen again, and we're just kind of talk through it for a second. First up, you have, these are really little, so I
The
understand.
rookie
We have Zane.
in seed number 1.
You have Rachel Cecil, Mercedes, K-Love, Nikki, Rachel, Sarah, Emma, Ashley, Hannah, Christy, Raquel, Emily, and Heather. Now, some of those...
So 14.
yeah, I have
Top
14 on my list.
14. Okay.
No, it's only 13.
It's going to be the 13, but that's the order of it. My apologies. I have a
Oh,
different list
okay.
than what's up there.
Well, it is different. It does go to 14 because Emily French got hurt. I'm sorry, Emily. We're very sad for you. But so the 14th
So
spot
Heather's
moves
Slides
to the
in.
13th.
Correct.
So
And
that-
this is, I mean, I think in the women's category, there's some really cool stories, like I've said already once or twice here, that you have, it'd be cool to watch a three-peat of Rachel Cecil win, because it's just fun to see somebody be that good, become the GOAT of, it's been fun to root like Simone Biles on, because it's like, oh, she's the GOAT, you gotta just, let's see what she can do, can she make history? So it'd be so cool to see that. It'd be really cool to see Mercedes podium because of how much effort and work she's put in over the years. With Austin up there, I want both of them to win at the exact same time. I just do, because I just don't want to be in the car when one podiums and one doesn't. I would just feel bad for one of them. Because one's celebrating and the other one's,
okay. I think that's really funny you say that, but these guys they live in their car, so.
Yeah, think about it. Small places, and one's a winner and one didn't. It feel weird. It's real weird.
The dogs love them both, so it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be fine.
the dogs will be torn. What do we do? Do we console
Who
you?
am I supposed to
or am I supposed to be
console her?
happy
Who
for
I'm
you?
supposed to
Yeah,
be
like
excited
just
for?
feel very.
They switch off.
It was just weird. So they got to
Oh,
win at the same
man.
time. And I want them to. If you're holding like a gun to my head and say, I'm going to the Silvas, okay? That would be wonderful. But then it's like, you go to the order and you just talk to Tyler, three-peat to him. I'd be so stoked on that. I'd celebrate that. I'd be excited to see that too. Then you got, you have Rachel Payne, who has just had a season of setback after setback after setback, it seems.
And still.
And then to see her podium, because she's always been there. She's been on that podium. She's proven she's one of the greats.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if you're going to do a Mount Rushmore of women one-wheel riders and racers, I think her face is etched into the mountainside.
I probably I don't disagree with that.
And so it's like, man, you want to root that on. That'd be sweet. So it'd be, right? That'd be exciting.
And then there's the first Grom. There's Emma's in there.
Yeah,
That's
Emma.
the first female Grom.
Yeah.
And
in
why
Race for
wouldn't
the
you
Rails.
want her to win?
I know. That's what Tyler was
That'd be
saying.
awesome.
It's.
I think that's the
It's
tough
gonna
bit when
be-
you see the list. You're just going through. It's like, well, who am I going to actually root? Sarah Meeker. We've always rooted for her as that. Hey, at any point she's going to be there. She's going to look for her opportunity to pass and win. And so she's got a chance. And how fun would that be to see her come into the podium and win. Oh my goodness, it'd be awesome. She'd lose her mind. We could have stayed home for the race and stayed here, and she wins first place. You'd hear her screaming.
Hear her scream. Truth be told, you're going to hear her scream for whoever wins.
Yeah, that's
She
what you like
cheers
about her.
everyone on.
Raquel, that'd be cool to see her.
Yeah.
Just the storyline that would be there. As a fan, a super fan of it, be like, oh boy, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I think
There's just a whole lot.
Yeah,
The
man.
bottom line, all these people are great, and that's why this sport is great, because of the people.
I think, Zane as a rookie coming in and winning, boy, that'd be awesome.
It's kind
That'd
of
be so cool.
It's kind of full circle. Her first race was last year at Windman, so she's not even got a year under her belt. Windman was actually later last year, so it was in October. So that was her very first race, and then to see I remember meeting her and her like, well, they're saying I'm kind of fast on this one wheel, so I'm gonna try. And she blows everybody out of the water. So it'll be pretty fun. Cool to see what she's accomplished over this season.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
It's gonna be crazy. Like let's think about how do I think it's tough to pick for any of these, because a lot of these people, we haven't got them all on, but most of the time we've talked to all of them in some capacity. It's like, how do you root against people that you're looking straight in the eye? Because you want them to win. You want them to be great. If everyone's great, then the sport continues to progress, right? Like, that's what you want. You want, when it comes to the men, you want a Luke Austin to be great that day, because he's going to make an Austin Silva great and a Jeff Adair great.
He's had an amazing season.
Yeah, what a great storyline for him to podium and win it. That'd be 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Can he be undefeated for 2 years straight? Because going into the next year's season, right, you'd go, well, let's see it.
He's never won Race for the Rails.
Right, but if he wins this,
then
all of a sudden
won
he goes
every race he's been at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing accomplishment.
Or been on the podium, it's like, woo. I don't think we'd have to go back and look at, Let It Ride. I don't remember where he podiumed there.
It says it on the rankings.
Yeah. I'll look it up. I got it right here.
Wait, the men's?
Yeah.
Can you put the men's
put
on the
the
screen?
men's
Have we
up.
done that?
It's just hard to see that.
You're talking about Luke Austin, right?
Yeah, it's just hard to see from here.
Luke
in the
Austin.
studio.
Let It Ride, he placed 17th. That's the first race of
That was the first race of the
He
season.
didn't go to Lemonade.
Didn't go, yeah.
He
Didn't
He
go.
was
did it?
second in Oak City. Dirt Surfers first. Seek and Tread first. Wheel Scorcher first.
So the last 3 races, he got first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't at Lemonade.
Oh.
That's the only race he didn't go to.
You go, oh.
Oh, yeah, like bummer for him. That was a good one.
But like Jeff Adair was at every race. Austin Silva, every race. Because you can see, actually,
Except
of the men, I think those are the only 2.
that were at every race.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Yep.
eyes go a little crazy.
It would be
Yeah,
cool
that's
because there's a
crazy.
lot of guys that are from Texas. I think we have enough to have a Texans podiumed. Like all the boys from Texas podium, and all of a sudden Texas is like, whoa, Texas is producing some good one-wheelers if they are on the podium. There's just so many good things that can happen.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was
Nick
gonna
is saying
say-
that he was at Lemonade, and that must be wrong. Luke Austin.
Yeah, thank you.
He doesn't have.
Luke was
unless-
at Lemonade.
Thank you.
You were right. I didn't.
That's why I gave the. But
That
I
was
don't
so
have,
long ago.
Yeah, but that should be updated. I wonder if it's updated on the website. Were you on the website?
I'm on the website right now.
So it's just
and it
wrong.
wasn't.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty. But what do I know? I'm glad I got Nick
hold
in
on,
there
hold
today.
on. Oh no, that's.
I'm glad we got Nick in there today. He keeps us straight. We start talking so fast. Sometimes
Maybe he didn't finish.
Nick would know. It's Nick's race. Dirt Surfers is in there. He's gonna know.
Nick, can you check your records, please, and tell us what place he got and how many points he should have had? Thanks.
But regardless, I think
Still being first.
yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, for sure. It's not gonna change it, but
Jafari would be sweet. It would be sweet to see Jafari.
That's why he raced Vesk at Lemonade. Austin just chimed in and
Oh.
said that.
thank you. Yeah. That's right. He did race, but he was on best, so it won't be in this.
Oh, see,
Thank you. That's-
Austin,
Austin coming in.
Austin Silva.
Historic.
The dude is
Austin,
like.
your dad was just in the chat a little while ago. That's so cool.
We loved having your dad. Your dad's been there a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Like a family affair. This is wonderful. Austin Silva is like walking encyclopedia of so many topics.
Yeah.
I need him. I don't need Google anymore. I just need Austin to never leave my side.
Yeah.
I just like
Austin, we have a home for you in Minnesota.
And obviously, that's a package deal. We can't take you without your lovely bride. So when she hears that,
I think she knows that.
Yeah, okay.
I think she knows that.
Oh, and obviously,
Don't you
your
come
dogs.
around these parts without your wife.
Or your dogs. But nonetheless, it's gonna be a good one next week.
Thank you for clearing all that up.
Yeah, like I said, we don't know all the facts sometimes. We're just excited about it. And then you got all the noobs, the rookies, on the guys' side that got in that you're just like, what are we going to do? Are here's the question for those that have never been to Race for the Rails. Are the lights going to be too bright and it's going to get them nervous? Like
I think they're going to be so nervous.
Like you're seeing at the Olympics. Sometimes these runners are like this weekend's track and field's kicking off, and you're watching some of them
when they're getting set for things,
and they get nervous.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be interesting to see what it's like to not have it live streamed because, how fast does Onewheel plan to turn it around for people to see? Because the results will have been out first. There's no way. I don't think they're going to try to hide that and keep it private. That'd be kind of. I would highly doubt that. But, that's going to change the vibe of Race to the Rail. You're going to have seen or know who won without actually seeing the event.
No, they're going to make everybody turn in their cell phones.
Yeah, right. That'd be hilarious.
Aren't they streaming it?
No, that's what
No,
I'm
they're
Do
not.
you listen?
What is
must
going
have
on
missed
over
that.
there?
I just said it 5 seconds ago.
Well, I was thinking about Austin and his dad.
That's so
Unbelievable.
cool. Yeah, that's so cool. He says, hey,
what,
Dad, see you next
what were
week.
you thinking about that?
Well, he said, see you next week.
Oh.
So fun.
Oh,
They
yeah.
get to hang out.
Yeah, no, they're not going to live stream it because they're going to get better footage and then
Dang. So if we
Produce it and
weren't
put it out.
going, oh,
We wouldn't know. Yeah. Cut off.
that
Wide.
looks like a live stream.
It is because we have the no battery
Didn't
logo.
turn that off.
Oh, what professionals we are.
Wow. So I'm
goodness.
so glad I'm actually going. That was
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said, that it's
well,
all
good.
working out.
We're glad you're excited now.
I do wonder if there's more people spectating because of that. Like, I wonder if that was like a.
That's a newer. I mean, it's not been out all that long that within the
Baby.
last couple of weeks.
Baby, will you
That
fix your
they're not
camera? There's
live
too much
streaming?
headroom. You're a photographer's daughter. Can you see that?
Not on this.
It's just the
It's
same
been
thing.
like that this whole time.
I know, and it's been killing me the
Guys,
whole
hang
time.
on, hang
Because
on.
she shares.
What are
it
you
with,
doing?
like,
Just
a
tilt it down. You don't even
6'4"
know how to do that. Just tilt
human
it.
It doesn't tilt.
It does. Oh, look at that. Now let's see
Okay,
how you
can
do.
you guys check my shot at the end of
let's-
the?
Oh, look at that. So much
That
better.
looks terrible.
No, get out of here. All that headroom space.
Hi.
That's so much better.
Okay, we'll be sure to do that at the beginning of the podcast
yeah,
next time.
what have you been doing with yourself?
I was on
Austin says there may be a simple drone live stream, then an edit drops next day. There
Next
still
day?
might be a live stream.
Wow.
Drone.
A drone live stream?
That's what it says.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be great.
Sweet.
We'll have to look for the drone and wave at it like everybody does when they're at a live sporting event. Like you're the main person. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the crowd, they're like, the camera's on me, like I'm the... When you're not. You're not tracking with me, Lil?
I am.
I saw the smirk across the room. What were you smirking? Like I'm
It's
crazy?
just funny.
Okay.
Well, we're glad to bring you all the updates.
Yeah, we're gonna be stoked on it, and to all the racers, can't wait to see you out there, and it's gonna be so much fun to follow along. Hopefully, we get everybody on the podcast throughout the days there to just hear how they're feeling, what they're gonna do, and all those things, so that it might be able to we might be able to tell a story that a lot of the fans don't get to hear of how's the course coming together, what's first impressions and things of that nature. That's the stuff we want to capture. And so, and
want it all.
and maybe we'll get to go down it and give our thoughts on the course.
I'll be happy to test ride it.
Yo, yeah, would you?
That'd be
Great.
awesome, Holly.
Great, it would be wonderful.
They were talking earlier, the more pads and stuff that you wear, the faster you go.
true.
I'll stick to just my wrist guards, thank you. Wrist guards and helmet,
And
because then you don't go very fast.
okay, there you go. The foot hooks make you go, or the FST system makes you feel faster. Like as I've been using them over the days, I'm going into turns with more speed, and it's like, this is stupid. Like, but you're so hugged to
You feel
the board.
confident.
It's like you can do it, but it's like, wow, I would not do that. if I didn't have the FST system on it. So if Austin, you're still listening, great job with those foot pads. They have been awesome. They've lived up to everything that I would hope they would be, in the fact that I can make them fit my foot, and my foot doesn't have to fit to it. I think that's great. I think for all those at home, so if you don't get to the review or we don't drop it till we get back from Race for the Rail, you gotta order the Pro Crux, I think it's called.
That's
and the
what
Pro
Papa Pump just ordered.
He
Ledge.
ordered it during the podcast.
During the
Who did?
podcast. Papa Pump.
Yeah, you gotta. That's what you gotta go with. If
The
you're not
Pro
doing
Crux and
Ledge, if you're not doing those, what comes with it'll hold your foot on there, but you're not gonna get your foot wrapped around. It's not going to be as secure. Still better than nothing, but way better with the Pro line of things. So do yourself a favor. On the day you order it, just put them in the shopping cart. You will not be disappointed with that. And maybe in the future, those just come shipped with it and not the little, I don't even know what they're calling those little things, the little nuggets.
the insert thing.
No, they're just little nubs. So that's my little advice, and then we'll get the full review out there. We've been riding for about a week now. Rode them this morning again, moved them around again today, and then tomorrow we'll film with the spikes and the traction pad to see what that looks like, and then the review should hit probably next week. Thank you everybody for hanging
Austin's
with.
telling you he's excited about the review. Looking forward to the review.
Austin, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna lie here. I feel a lot of pressure on this because I actually know that you are involved in it, and I just feel like I need to be very thorough. I'm using as big as words as I can when I describe the things. Like I'm using words of like the G forces of the gravitational pull
Let
of
him
the
do
Earth.
that. Let him do that.
The bigger the words you'll try to use, the less sense you'll make.
You
So just
keep
be
your
yourself.
energy. Let him do all the
Yeah.
all the details of the
yourself.
engineering. Maybe you two need to get together, and go ride them together and
And he does it. I'm saying, ooh, it feels like I'm
or
snuggled
you take the
into it.
same video and you both do a voiceover.
So maybe that's what we should do, Austin. Because I'm using words like, my foot feels so snugly warm on this foot pad. And Austin shakes his
he's
head.
like-
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's not a technical term at all.
Say translation.
Yeah. Here is the encyclopedia version of what, nonetheless. It'll be fun. I can't wait for everybody to hear it as well. We had it on a group ride this past Sunday here in Minnesota, and a few people got to ride it. Obviously, it's set to my preferences, but people loved it. They loved the versatility of it, to be able to move it around and how fast you can move it around. You can literally keep the Allen wrench in your pocket and just move it around as you're going through the trails to get your perfect setup. They were stoked on it, Austin, so it was pretty cool. And then Holly wants big news.
I was gonna say I had this in my mind all week to say this, that I got to ride the rally edition, right?
Yeah, it's the rally. It was
rally
the whole setup
rails.
was,
What'd you
but it's
think?
the recurve rails.
Yes. That
rally.
is hard to say. You're right. It
Wait,
should-
what? Is
The
it different?
No, they're the same.
Oh,
Dude,
but
are
they're-
you on this podcast every week?
Yeah, it's the rally rails. Recurve.
Recurve is the
rails
name of
rally
it.
edition.
I remember
Recurve rails rally
Austin
edition.
gave
said, I just want to call it the rally rails.
Yeah, Austin gave us permission to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
they
we-
were.
So-
It was very subtle.
I got to ride a rally board. That was it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was very stable. I liked it. I didn't go very fast.
Here's what I'm going to say. It's going to sound very negative. It is not meant to. They are dangerous because you go faster. You
I
get on
didn't-
it and it's
yeah.
like, woo! Yeah, baby, this is good. Like, it's definitely Goldilocks of so many different versions of rail systems out there. I was really concerned that it was going to have a little bit of vibes of the 357s where my back foot is really up, and long term that was very uncomfortable, but it's so subtle. It was so comfortable. And the reason I used the word, Onewheel would hate for me to say that because any danger type.
It's
There's-
dangerous for you.
Yeah, because
you'll
you
go
just
fast.
smash on it.
Wow.
You just go. And so I just, yes, please. I wish I had it. Here's what I want. I want
What? Tell us.
somebody give me a genie bottle and I want to rub on it. I want a rally rail system here because here's what I want. here is the truth of the matter.
Tell
when
us.
it
You
comes
can't
to
handle the truth.
The FST system and the rally rail. I think both of those are a perfect marriage for trailboarding.
Wait, the FSTs and the rally.
On the route.
Yeah, just boom, put that all together, and
For
you got some
trail
system
riding.
that is amazing in trails. I don't care your skill level; it's gonna just make it awesome. I'm not a full send it like Austin, where you're gonna get mad air, but when I'm sending it into our switchbacks here, and now all of a sudden I'm keeping more constant speed. It's like, yes, please.
Yes, please. I knew you were going to say that.
And now you got the rally rail system coming in, and it's like amazing. So I'd love that board setup to have that over on when I'm hitting the trails. Because what I also have found is that I miss the wide foot pads. Here I am after years saying that. I miss the wide foot pads of hopping onto my board and just chilling. Like with my shoes off, and especially in the summer times here in Minnesota, I like that vibe, just going through the trails at no speed, enjoying it, shoeless, going through the grass. It is not comfortable on the FSTs. It just isn't. And so if I could rub a genie bottle and go, I wish I could have a rally system. It's just not on the cards right now. But I wish I did. Wish I could have it set up,
When
leave it.
you wish upon a star.
Yeah, that'd be so rad, because then you have a board set for the trails. So if that pushes anybody over the edge of I need a second
getting it?
board and the FSTs.
Well, you've always liked a trail board ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not anything new. You've always liked to have more.
And now I get it. I can pop everything off and leave it. But there's just sometimes you wake up and, hey, today I'm going to send it in the trails. And some days I wake up, hey, I'm just going to leave I'm just going to ride in my shorts and in bare feet and just enjoy it that way. And so I do think, though, because of how fast you are going to be able to go on the rally system with the FST system, watch out. Just watch out. When that becomes next season and that's in Race for the Rail, watch out. I think you're going to just see these times and the sending of things just continue to blow our minds. And out of all the rails that I have rode, I think it's the least intimidating, where all of a sudden you're like, wow, that is way different. I have to get used to that. It's because everything else is so extreme. And I think when it's so extreme, it's a totally different ride. So there's my quick view on that. If anyone, we don't have it. We haven't rode very long on it. Thank you to Mark at our group ride that allowed us to ride it. It was cool. We were trading, hey, here's the FST system, here's this, and just talking about all of it. So Onewheel's putting out some really cool things. Race the Rail is going to be awesome next week. It's going to be so much fun to watch these pros send it. And I would stay tuned if I were you to Onewheel and Onewheel Racing League Instagram, their TikTok, all that, to get the latest news of, as people get injured, those who are in and out are shifting around because they continue to bump up the next pro into the slot. So all the way up till race, it could change. I remember, I think it was 2 seasons ago, or maybe it was 3 seasons ago, Brendan Shoemaker was out there and he got sick, and then somebody came in to race because he got sick during the week. So watch out for what could happen. Anything can happen, and that's what makes sports so much fun. So we're excited about Race for the Rail, excited about the Olympics. And Lil, what else are we excited about in the sports world that kicks off tomorrow?
CrossFit Games.
Yeah, we like to follow all that stuff.
Yeah, this is my Olympics.
What? No, I don't think that's how that
Just
works.
kidding.
You're
I'm
an
in the
American.
world.
No,
I'm in the world. It's a world. Rooting for my country.
Yeah, like your Olympics
I
is
did. USA.
Yeah.
Gymnastics.
gymnastics.
They're
Okay.
amazing.
Let's just quiz Lily here. Name 5 sports not.
I thought you were going to say the gymnast, which I can absolutely do.
Name 5 sports in the Olympics other than gymnastics,
Go.
volleyball, and basketball.
Handball, badminton, ping pong, track, running, and got to go with swimming.
Yeah. there
Oh
you go.
my
And
goodness.
diving, surfing, skating.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's coming to
There's
you.
so
Okay.
many. It just
There
doesn't
is.
even
There
make
is.
sense.
There is. I got you.
Yeah, is like being tall one of them?
Yes.
Being short.
However, if I could just be a Karen for a second, ping pong is not there.
Table tennis.
Yeah, and
I watched that.
you
I watched
watched
table
that?
tennis. I've watched badminton. I've watched swimming.
It's not
I've
called
watched
badminton
gymnastics.
either.
What is it called?
Yeah, it is.
No, it is not. Oh no, I can't remember now. It is not called badminton. It's
I'm
called
looking it up.
something other than badminton. Oh man, what is it called? Holly's looking it
I'm
up.
looking it up.
Badminton is not the thing, but yes,
Well,
there's
it
probably
is-
a sport of being
Yeah,
tall in the Olympics.
Weightlifting. When does
Weightlifting?
that start? Has that already?
It is badminton.
I
No.
would watch that.
It is not badminton.
It says men's single
single
You must
what?
be thinking of
badminton
something
gold
else.
medal
You
match.
must be thinking of something
don't think so.
completely different.
Maybe. You have triathlon. You have
Duathlon? Oh, walking.
you have walking. Oh my gosh, how's that even in the
yeah.
Olympics? I don't even understand how that's in the
Those
Olympics.
people can walk faster than most people can run.
How do they? How do they define a walk versus run? Do you know?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it like how high you are off the ground?
1 foot has to be on the ground constantly
Right.
for it
At
to be a
all
walk.
times.
How do they not have
I
hip
think
problems?
it's impressive. They probably do.
Oh,
Are you serious? All
oh
of
man!
these people probably
You
have
think that's
problems.
impressive?
It's not impressive.
I think
I'm
it
not up
is.
there on the impressibility.
It
I
is
think they're at the
Olympic
Olympics,
badminton. I'm just
so-
telling you.
Okay.
I think it's impressive if you're at the Olympics. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's an
Can
Olympic
you walk
sport.
that fast?
Yeah, I mean I gotta be careful because somebody could be watching this and they're like, my mom does that. In,
Well, can you walk that fast?
No.
Then it's unimpressive.
There's
I'm
a
not
lot of
good.
things I can't do that I don't find impressive.
I think it's impressive.
You do?
Anyways,
Okay. Do you think it's impressive when people can take their tongue and make it like a W?
Is that an Olympic sport?
No, I'm just asking.
Exactly. And then
So
no.
so to be impressive, it has to be an Olympic sport.
Yeah, it's amazing that.
So
people-
baseball is not impressive because it's not an Olympic sport, but
Well,
in LA it'll be
I don't
impressive
care
because
about
it.
baseball.
Oh, but you care about walking.
oh my goodness.
This is
I
hey.
think it's impressive because they are going to the Olympics.
You know
That's
how-
So Race for the
amazing.
Rails is next
Wait, hold on.
week.
I just did.
That's impressive.
Yes. Hey, you know how like people write comments? Does Scott and Lily have something against each other?
This is why.
they say that. What?
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
nothing.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of our Olympic banter. If you haven't seen the 1,500-meter race from last
Oh, my
night or
goodness.
yesterday, wow.
On my feet, screaming at the TV.
It was so good.
It was awesome.
It was great. I'm not even going to ruin it for you. Go watch it. Go get that tire if you want the Whisper 2.
Someone fell or something.
Somebody did not fall.
Got
But
back
we
up
will
and
see
won
all
it all.
of you at To Race for the Rail. That will be there. If you want to be
Woo!
seen, we'll see you. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
We're
Subscribe
out.
to the YouTube channel. Drop a comment down below. Other than Scott and Lily seem to not be getting along, we are fine. Love all of you.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good one. Bye.